Jamell, known as YNW Melly or Melly, has been seen smiling and laughing in court.
This ain't the time for that. This case is sad. This is serious.
In a trial that could result in the death penalty for rapper YNW Melly, he doesn't seem to be fazed at all, as his reactions are shocking. The trial for YNW Melly just kicked off, and not only are the opening statements of the prosecution and defense lengthy as expected, but the rapper is also squeezing enough juice from his seat to make the news buzzing with his name. Keep watching till the end of this video to see how YNW Melly reacts to seeing evidence displayed in court. Trust me, you don't want to miss this. YNW Melly's prosecution and trial. The trial for rapper YNW Melly began on June 12, 2023, where both the prosecution and defense played their roles right. The prosecution team, which was led by prosecutor Christine Bradley, was ready to put Melly's head on a spike and send him off to the afterlife or a long-term jail. But Melly isn't paying thousands of dollars to his attorney for that kind of result. Prosecutor Christine Bradley presented the state's opening statement in the double murder trial of Jamell Maurice Demons, popularly known as YNW Melly. The prosecutor swung into action as she alleged that Melly murdered his two friends, YNW Juvie and YNW Sack Chaser, in cold blood and tried to cover the crime up as he staged their deaths as a drive-by shooting. The prosecutor took everyone down memory lane as she recounted the unfortunate events of the night of the shooting. Bradley explained that on the night of October 26, 2018, the rapper and his friends were at a recording studio in downtown Fort Lauderdale. The group of friends drove home to West Miramar after they had left the studio. The night soon turned sour as Bradley chipped in how Melly's co-defendant, Cortland Henry, also known as YNW Bortland, arrived at the Memorial Miramar Hospital at 4:35 a.m. with the bodies of Juvie and Sack Chaser in his car.
When the drive-by was staged at 4:02 a.m., the victims were already dead.
Bradley presented evidence to support the claim, which included cell phone data that showed Melly's movement on the night of the murder, and also health activity data that suggested he was active during the time of the alleged drive-by shooting. The prosecutor came fully prepared, as she additionally presented video footage from the recording studio, which she claimed showed Melly in the car with his friends before they were murdered. Prosecutor Bradley pointed out that the footage showed Melly in the rear driver's seat, which synced with the said date of the fatal shot. A trial after about 5 years of preparation made Bradley go all the way, as she also included other supposed physical evidence. She presented text messages that she claimed Melly sent after the murder. One of the messages read how the rapper allegedly admitted to the murder of his friends.
I did that. Shh.
Another point put Melly in a bad light, and this was the mention of his alleged involvement in a gang named the G-Shine Blood Set. Bradley argues that the rapper's gang membership is relevant to the case because it suggested a possible motive for the murder. But does it really suggest that? Well, that would be a question that would be answered at the end of the trial. Prosecutor Bradley emphasized the importance of digital and physical evidence of the case throughout the opening statement. She argued that her presented evidence, combined with Melly's admission of guilt through the text messages, is enough to prove beyond reasonable doubt that the rapper is guilty of making his friends breathe their last breath. Bradley also inserted the discussion of the role of social media in Melly's case. The prosecutor pointed out that the rapper has a moderate social media following at the time of the murder, that people were reaching out to him on social media after the murder to check if he was okay. Bradley finalized her statement as she asked the jury to find Melly guilty of the double murder charge.
Ladies and gentlemen, at the conclusion of the evidence, the state is confident that you will find the defendant guilty as charged of the first-degree murder of Christopher Thomas and Anthony Williams.
YNW Melly's defense in trial. Defense attorney David A. Howard didn't have a lot to say about the charge, as he consistently just tried to turn the whole crime on Melly's other friend, YNW Portland, who dropped the bodies off at the hospital, and a couple of other leads that the police didn't investigate hard enough. YNW Melly's attorney in charge of the opening statement told the court that there was no motive for Demons to shoot at his friends and that the state's case is
riddled with reasonable doubt that is founded on an incompetent and incomplete investigation.
He furthered his discussion with the perspective of the murder investigation, and if after 4 years of investigation the state comes and says, hey, he killed 2 of his best friends, and you're wondering why, and their answer is, I don't know, that's the first indication that they're just guessing and don't know what they're talking about. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is by itself reasonable doubt. The defense attorney further told the court about Melly's co-defendant, Henry, who had a patched-up statement and lied about the shooting several times. Howard said the police never searched Henry's home or went out of their way to make a proper investigation about him. He also mentioned a few other leads the police didn't pursue, and they just wanted to label Melly as the killer. Howard concluded, "These are all unanswered questions. No investigation, case closed, let's move on." However, Melly's admission of guilt may end up proving the case a bit harder for his attorneys. YNW Melly's unexpected reaction. Anyone would think Melly was supposed to fold in the turn of events and how the trial progressed, but surprisingly, Melly isn't a scaredy cat. Not even prosecutor Bradley could make him beg for his life, even while hanging on a thin thread. Melly was seen in high spirits as he entered the courtroom before the trial began. The rapper silently prayed and blew a kiss. No one understood the reason behind his action, but it's surely not a bad idea to put God first, especially when one doesn't know their fate yet. But Melly's action definitely got people talking. As the trial began, while prosecutor Bradley was strongly making the rapper the offender who deserved to be punished accordingly, Melly didn't seem to care about whatever she had to say. The rapper constantly made funny movements with his as he was looking around and trying to put a name to everyone's faces in the courtroom. Soon enough, Melly and his female attorney shocked everyone. The pair found the best time to chit-chat and laugh boldly in the courtroom, which was at the moment the prosecutors showed a video of YNW Melly hopping in the car that was involved in Juvie and Sackchaser's death. The rapper also got bored when a gun expert kept talking about different guns and how they could be the weapon used to kill his friends. However, gun expert Jorge Bello was unable to confirm the supposed gun used to murder Juvie and Sackchaser. No evidence has been strong enough to confirm Melly is genuinely the killer. Hopefully, the rapper won't be the first person to kickstart the Florida law of an 8-4 juror vote on the death penalty. The trial will continue through all of June and July. There's still a lot to uncover about the case, and everyone can't wait to see how it gradually unfolds. That's the end of today's video, guys. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe for more content. Thanks.